Good morning. So, today the topic of the video is planning well so we can play well. I have to admit, ever since I had the idea for this video, it stratospherically rose to the top of my list of videos I wanted to do. And it was very obviously that this needed to be done early on in my video series. Now, before we begin to talk through this, I want to discuss two definitions. First, I want to start with the definition of financial planning. Financial planning is the process of determining whether and how an individual can meet life goals through the proper management of financial resources. Now, for someone who is young, as in terms of a young child, this might be saving up for something they really want at the store, maybe a Lego set. For someone in their teens, maybe this is getting that prom dress, maybe it's getting their first car. When you get to be an adult, maybe it's buying your first real car or buying a piece of furniture, buying a house, planning for retirement. It can be endless goals, right? Lego, on the other hand, well, we all know it is this plastic construction toy. Now, for a deeper dive into the story and history of Lego, please enjoy the video I posted the link to down below. It's a really neat animation, and I think you'll enjoy it. Now, the word Lego comes from the Danish phrase legot, which means play well. I have thought about this phrase so much these past few months. Now, as an American with very little understanding of foreign language, I have always wondered what play well really means. Does it mean to play well with others, like to play nice? Does it mean to play well in the game? Does it mean something completely different? I was almost relieved that when I learned that in Latin, Lego means to gather together. And in Italian, it means I connect. I think those definitions show us that there's even more similarities between Lego and financial planning than maybe we even thought initially. Isn't that essentially what we are doing? We are gathering together the pieces we have, such as the money we maybe get from our jobs, maybe gifts that we get from grandma on our birthdays or Christmas, or maybe we have other sources of income, such as a hobby that generates a small paycheck here and there. But ultimately, we make sure that they're going into the plan that we have developed, right? And we eventually connect them all together so that we can truly play well. In Lego, almost always we are given a set of instructions of what to build. Obviously, the Lego master builders have sat down and carefully thought through what they are trying to achieve, and then they put it to paper so that we, the consumer, can follow along. I can't imagine the confusion if one master builder said, "Hey, I just built this. Now you do it without my instructions written down." Even master builders make documents that allow the process to be replicated between themselves. These instruction manuals are constantly being updated until the final product is released. And based on all the re-releases, one would argue that even master builders are always updating the plan. Now, financial planning works the same. We sit down and we write out our goals and how we plan to be successful at achieving them. The plans, when done correctly, will be written out with SMART goals. In a future video, I will explain what I mean by a SMART goal. But for now, financial planning as a result is either a piece of paper that you created yourself or a set of larger documents that you created with an advisor that you work with. I have seen these documents in my career to be as small as one sticky note, and for much more complicated plans, I've seen them to be 300 or 400 pages. I mean, it's massive, right? The reality is that financial planning is a never ending process. Whether you are trying to do it by yourself or whether you're working with an advisor who specializes in that field, you will be updating your plan as your life changes. When you start, you may be a young person, but marriage and babies, new jobs, promotions, a move, a loss of a loved one, each one of these and countless other factors can play massive ripple effects into a financial plan. Sometimes they're positive and sometimes they aren't. My challenge to you today is to start thinking about your own financial plan. Maybe you feel comfortable setting a goal for yourself. I will show you the best way to do this in an upcoming video about SMART goals. And also, the next time you sit down to build a Lego set, take a look at those instruction manuals and just enjoy the detail and thought that went into that. Now, remember, at BrickSense, my goal is to teach you to plan well so you can play well. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video series and turn the notification bell on. We'll see you next time, my friends.